Hi everyone, it's Diane. It is still Tuesday, but I'm going to try to get an extra video in today, so, and maybe tomorrow too, so that I can relax a little on the weekend. So, before I get back into the journal that I'm working on, I had forgotten to show you the completed paper clips that I was working on in Monday's video. So, I ended up with 19 paper clips, and if you didn't see the video, it was 2 videos ago. So what they are is from vintage magazines. I cut out these packaging, these products in packages, cans, cartons, boxes, and there's a video showing how I did this. I turned them into paper clips. So I just wanted to show you how they ended up. So this one has the paper clip going that way, so it would clip onto the top of the page like that. And so, and that one too. So these are some pretty big ones. This one I put on sideways so it could clip onto the side of the page. And that one clips onto the side. On this advertisement, there was also a plate of toast with yellow butter. So I did that one too. I like the way that turned out. And this isn't a product, but it's an advertisement for the Postal Service when they first introduced zip codes, apparently. Mail early in the day. Zip code numbers belong in all addresses. There's a graham cracker box. Whoops. 20 Mule Team Borax, and that goes on the top. Nabisco shredded wheat. Now this sticks out here, but when you put it on, it won't, because it's in the back. There's Fleischmann's margarine. That goes on the top. Love this one. That's so adorable. Swan's Down cake flour. There's Wonder bread. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs. Corn, Del Monte cream corn. There's the Goodyear logo. Vinyl film. Does detergent. And Kraft cheese, and Fig Newtons. So these are so fun. I can't wait to do a journal that uses these. They will not go in this journal though. They just wouldn't go in this journal that I'm working on right now. This is a design team project for Artzology. And I didn't look up the name of the kit, but I will make sure that I know the name of the kit. I can actually link it to this video. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of the elements of the kit. So it's like, it's floral, and it's got a bit of collage on it. So there's some flowers and some collage, and I like the backgrounds. She does give you some background papers, so I printed some on the back. This is a little bit of a lacy pattern. And I also want to show you how the pages turned out that you didn't see, or that I added to from the previous video. So this has some, this is a avocado dyed paper that already had those pink dots on it, but I added some brown dots with stencils. I zoomed in to show you the paper clips, so I'm going to zoom out again. And I Mod Podge napkin and doily, and did some stenciling of flowers. Here's another of hers, and I didn't print anything on the back of that one, so I'll have to color that somehow. Here's one that this is one I did after I turned the camera off, and I think this might be one of my favorites. I just love the way this napkin looks on this paper. And then I stamped some script all over the place, little bits of script. Here's another of the pages from the kit. I'm using a page from a botanical book. I forgot the name of it. Here's one that I did on my last video, but I added some dots. Let me show you the stamp I used, because I used it quite a bit. It came from this Stampin' Up set called Gorgeous Grunge, and I used this stamp right here. And I just inked it and just plopped it down around on the page. I think you saw the rest. I don't remember if I added the stenciling while I was on camera or not. That one's just copy dyed, and then there's a file folder, and I'll have to do something to the inside of that too. The kit has file folders, 2 different ones, and this is how they print. And then I went ahead and put 2 to a page, and they came out this size. And I added some stenciling to this page. I did the Mod Podge and the stamping on camera, but then I added the stenciling. I was just trying to make it look like a lot of layers. I added some of the spotted stamp to this. And then in the last signature, I added stenciling to this page. This was the, no, I guess it wasn't the first page we did. Don't think I added anything to that. This is supposed to go in the middle. Okay. And the other signature has all the same things. Also in the kit are tickets, lots of banners, circles, banners in various sizes. This is all one kit. The pages I printed twice. The ephemera is just printed once. There's lots of circles, there's lots of banners, and these look like they're probably 2 to 2.5 inches for the circles. 2.5 inches. And then quite a few tickets and some tabs. I by mistake printed the tabs on paper, but then I printed them again on cardstock. The same with the tickets. I have some printed on paper and some on cardstock. So these are the cardstock tabs. They're not completely cut out. And then there are tags. So there's round top tags and the angled square top tags. This looks like I did print some of these twice, because that's the same. Looks like I printed some of them on paper too. Yeah, I apologize. These are not, this is not all one. This is, the tags got printed twice anyway. These, looks like there's only one of each of these. Yeah. Just one of each of those, and I didn't see any duplicates in the circles, so it looks like just the tags got printed twice, and then the tabs and tickets because I printed them on paper by mistake. Okay, so anyway, you do get a lot of ephemera with these kits. With this kit, I should say. Now I'm over at my sewing machine. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at one of these. I'm using these plain old red covers. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. They were the right size. Sometimes I go to the library and where I can get a bag of books for $1, and I just look for kind of plain covers that are about this size because they usually fit with the digital kits. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the covers yet. But I brought over some bits of lace, and I have my fabric flips. I think on the very first page I'm going to add some lace to the edge to kind of hide the edges that creep out. I'm not going to do anything to this page until I color that. Now I've got a bunch of just bits of filet crochet that came in boxes of stuff at flea markets, just little bits, and I want to use those in collage. I thought they'd be great in collage, so since I want this book to have a lot of layers, I thought maybe I could do some of that in here. Right here, this paper was torn a bit. I don't know if you can see where it was torn, but then I Mod Podged the napkin, which kind of sealed it shut. And there's this paper isn't torn right there, but it looks like a piece came off of another page or a napkin, and it's glued there from where the probably from where I laid it on when it was drying. I just laid it on a piece of paper. So a little piece of paper stuck to that. So I want to cover that up. But I don't want to cover up too much of the floral. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm about to do. But I'm about to do something. I have this strip of bias. Came from a textile plant in my town that is no longer functioning. I actually got it at a flea market, at a garage sale, but I'm pretty sure that the crafter who I bought it from got it from the Serre Lingerie. There they are. I made sure I had all my different types of scissors here before I turned on the video. Look at this piece of tatting. After I washed it, it was a mess. I really had to iron all those bits of tatting. So that's just a little bit of a collage here. It's not going to take away from any of your writing space because it's on the flowers. I am, however, going to sew through the paper, I think, so that there will be stitching on that side. I could glue it, but I think it would be hard to glue this, don't you? So there is some stitching on the back, but you can still write in there. I'm not sure what colors I'm going to want. Depends on the color of the page that I'm applying these to. So I'll just get out a bunch that look like they might work in the journal somewhere. It's a little bit wide. I'm going to have to add some pockets and tuck spots. The ephemera pieces don't include pockets and tuck spots unless you take one of the folders and make a pocket out of it, or cut it in half and make 2 pockets. I think I'll do that. Yes, 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 that's what I will do. And I want to add some circles and banners. I think I'll glue those on instead of sewing them on. So it's just a little bit of lace, a little piece of fabric, and another little piece of lace. I will glue them on after I sew this. The circles are big enough, they can be tuck spots too. want to close that around the book until that dries. Let's see where we're going to put a circle and a banner, or two. Got tickets to use, tabs to use. I need to color this page so that I can know what I'm doing with this signature. This is Distress Oxide, so it's darker and it's vintage photo. I don't know if it's because of the formulation of the ink pad or if it's because it's newer than my other one, but it's darker. And I want to do the roses in a different color. I was wondering about the peacock feathers, but I guess I should probably go with the tattered rose. I used this with brown ink, and I didn't wipe it off in between. I love this stencil. So let's try that again. Still looks pretty brown, but at least we're getting some different textures in this. Should have cleaned it with a wet wipe, but that's okay. I like the way this looks. It's fine. And I'm going to take my little distress tool and just ink around the edge. I think maybe I need new pink ink. That might be the problem. So apparently I need lots of new ink. There's a little bit of pink in there. for a piece of cardstock that I can back that with. I was going to get scraps, but I think it will take me too long to find the right color scraps. So I'm going to create some more scraps. I brought some cardstock over. If I wanted to bother and take the time, I could use my Cricut and cut out 2 1/4 inch circles, or that might be even 2. I mean, this is 2 1/2 inches, so I meant to say 2 3/4. But even that might be too big. I just want a little bit of a rim around. So I'm going to do my best to cut around there, and hopefully it won't look too wobbly. Well, you can tell it's not precision cut, but it's good enough. That's all I wanted, was good enough. There's 2 different sizes of the banners. Oops. 2 big ones there. I'm going to add something in between them just to add a little interest. I don't think that's the look I'm going for. Just put it right on top of them. So you have 2 banners and this little bit of, it's a gathered sheer ribbon with a piece of velvet in between. as well choose a lace to sew on the edge of this. I like the way that looks. This botanical page is a little long. I'm going to have to trim that. But you're looking good. Tuck something in there. Maybe I should put a pocket here because the ink has shown through. And I do want pockets. These are my paper scraps. Oh, I am so tired of this paper trimmer. Every time I open it, it's the Paper Studio one. Every time I flip the thing open, the blade falls out. That shouldn't happen. I can put one of the tickets there with a piece of my filet crochet. Sorry. Maybe a smaller piece. Kids are getting out of school. You can hear them. The house next to me is a very large house on the corner, and across the road from that, on the next corner, is an old brick Catholic church, and it is no longer functioning as a church, but they have a daycare in there, so I'm always hearing the kids as they get dropped off and picked up. Buses come and parents come. Plus I live on Main Street, so I usually hear the kids that walk, the older kids that walk, I can hear them out front.